Hi, I'm Ben Boats, and today we're going to talk a little bit about the business plan. I think if you're watching this, then you're either a student or an entrepreneur hoping to start a new business or busy with the process of starting a new business. And this piece of software really is there to support you in terms of this whole process of starting up a business. When talking to entrepreneurs, when talking to new business owners busy with this process of starting a business, often it comes across, or the entrepreneur itself find this process of business planning almost as a cumbersome type of process, something that's more of a hindrance than a support mechanism. And really what it needs to be an opportunity. It needs to be identified and seen as an opportunity for you as the business owner, because at this point really you have the opportunity to work through all the different issues in your business, to talk about and think through the difficult processes, those issues that's really going to support you, that's going to help you to create a competitive advantage against your competitors. So not just an issue of, okay, we have to submit this business plan to our investors or to the bank in order for us to get the funding. It really needs to be seen as a real opportunity for you through which to almost create a sort of dry run in terms of what your business will be about, what will be the financial issues relating to your business, how will you create a competitive advantage within your industry or within your market, who are your competitors, all these different issues, how will you compete against these competitors. All these issues need to be thought through before your business starts. When you start your business, at that point your time becomes money. So at that point, every day when you're working within the organization or within your new business, you may not necessarily be earning the type of money that you would be hoping to earn. Your business may be available and visible to clients, but they may not necessarily see it as a real unique opportunity for them to solve the problems that they are hoping for it to solve. They may already, as soon as you start your business, your customers may be comparing you to other organizations or businesses who may be selling the same type of product. So really the business plan is your unique opportunity from a business owner's perspective to make sure that you are, when you start the business, that you hit the ground running. So you need to have thought through all the different challenges. Of course, there will always be new challenges in terms of what is happening within your day-to-day running of the business. But as far as possible, you need to have thought through all the different issues relating to your business, your cash flow issues, your marketing issues, your supply issues, your distribution issues, how the product or service specifically will be delivered to the customer. How will you ensure that the customer will be happy with your product? Who your marketing should target? Where your marketing budget should be geared or focused on, in order for you, of course, to make best use of this money that your investor may be investing into the business, or the bank, or in many cases potentially yourself. It may very well be your own savings or money going into the business, or from friends and family, where the pressure really almost becomes increased because you have so much more responsibility in terms of really making this money or investment count for something. In other words, really making the business work. So really in this first session, I just want to introduce the different topics in terms of the business plan to you. Many of you, of course, may by this time already have a fairly good and solid knowledge in terms of what the business plan is about. But in terms of the business plan, really, if I can just reiterate, it really needs to be there as a support mechanism rather than being seen as an obstacle or a hindrance or something else I still need to do now before I can finally start running this business or being or working within this business that I've been dreaming about for many months or in some cases years. So the business planning process really will be there to help you to commit to certain processes. This is what we're going to what we are setting out to do. These are goals and objectives that we are gearing or working towards. And this is our plan. This is the business plan which we're going to be using in order to get from where we are at the moment to where we want to be. So these objectives and goals that we set, or part of the process, obviously, of the business planning is setting these objectives and goals. Where is it that we want to be? And then making a good plan in terms of how we're going to get there, supported by research, supported by the resources that we have within the organization, the knowledge, the experience of the owners, potentially other resources that we may have available to us. So why is it that we need to plan before we start? I think it's almost self-explanatory, really, if you think about it. If you're traveling from one part of a country to the next, You don't just hop in your car and see how to get there while you're driving. You would normally maybe consult a map or potentially create or use a GPS type of device or whatever the case may be. Maybe look on the internet in terms of what is the best method of getting from where you are at the moment to your end destination. And the business plan really is very much a similar type of process in terms of doing this for your business. So if you're going to be investing all this time and resources and money, and very often not only your own time but also that of your employees and your team, then you need to ensure right from the start that you have a good idea in terms of how will I get from point A to point B. Yes, we need to be flexible. Yes, we can't follow the plan blindly, irrelevant of what's happening in the external environment and with our customers and competitors and obstacles that we may come across on a day-to-day basis. But we need to at least have a well-thought-out plan in terms of exactly how is it that we're going to be moving from point A to point B. So some of the issues that you're noticing there on the screen at the moment, it says there in point 3, it helps you to look to the future by providing a framework for doing so. So obviously your business at the moment of planning, unless you are creating a business growth plan, at the moment you're probably thinking of your business as some future occurrence. This is what my business will be like. When you dream about the business, when you imagine what things will be like once the business is successful, all of these issues happen in the future. These dreams are really based in the future. Your challenge really at the moment is to move from where you are to that future state, where your business is successful, where you are running this business that you have been dreaming about and imagining about and been talking about with so much enthusiasm and passion to your friends and family and co-workers and so forth for so much time previous to where you are at the moment. So really the business plan is the first step, the first tool really that you can use very much to your own advantage in order to make sure that this dream does become a reality for you in the future. The last point they also mentioned that it helps you to think through all the different issues. What are the different tasks that I'm going to have to accomplish? What are the responsibilities? What are the resources that I will need? Will my own skills and experiences be enough? Do I need other people in my team? Do I have enough marketing experience? Who will I consult about my accounts and tax? And these type of issues. So it really gives you the opportunity to think through these various issues in a very structured way. So almost forcing you to get away from the state of dreaming and imagining and thinking about the future to bringing all those thoughts back to where you are at the moment, to make sure that you have a good and solid plan in terms of how will I get from where I am to where I want to be. So if we think in terms of the often spoken about success or failure rate in terms of businesses starting up, then this is really one of the key issues and key reasons why so many business owners may potentially be stumbling at the first hurdle. They didn't think through the different processes that they need to go through. So in terms of the finance potentially that you are requiring, how much finance will I be requiring? Who are the lenders or bankers or investors where I will get this finance from? What is the risk that I can anticipate? Both for myself, of course, for us, for you as a business. How will I overcome these obstacles or risks potentially that you now have identified? But also, of course, put yourself in the investor's shoes or in the banker's shoes. They also want to know that you've identified the risks and that you have a structured plan in which or through which you're going to be overcoming these risks. Yes, there will be risk, and nobody says that there isn't risk. Of course, you need to also identify what these risks are. Don't say, no, there are no risks. Of course, there will be risks. Money is being invested. Time is being invested. People, other than yourself, potentially may be investing their capital or cash into your business. So, yes, of course, there's an element of risk. But you need to have a structured plan in terms of how this risk will be overcome.